Hey guys, this is Chris from Frost Chica, and a few days ago I took pictures of this beautiful, gorgeous collection of butters, and for it I opened a bunch of like 1 ounce little pouches. So I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna do something that I've never tried before. I'm gonna make like a butter blend with all my butters. Okay, if you are just making a butter blend for yourself or a whipped butter for yourself, this is the easiest way to do it. Okay, a pot, like some water. The water's up to here, in a jar, a glass jar. I love this oil. That's my favorite oil. My favorite coconut oil. That's being said. So that's how you melt your butters. Okay, if you are making it like now, if you have a business, then you probably have like a double boiler, and if you're really professional, you probably have like a lab making it for you. But let's start with like how we melt the butters. People ask me, can I melt all the butters? Yes, you can melt them all. They're fats. They're all fats. Okay, they have different fatty acids, different compositions, but they all mix. Fats mix with fats. Okay, so all my butters and all my oils, you can mix them. When you're melting a butter, melting butters, don't just throw them all together. Start with like the hardest, the ones with the highest melting point, meaning they need a higher temperature to melt. So like in this collection here, I'm gonna like put like ucuuba first, and then cocoa butter. And when those two are melted, I'm gonna, and the funniest thing is like some, like you can think that bacuri is like soft, because bacuri is soft, it's a soft butter, but it needs like more heat to melt than like like the murumuru, for example. um, but what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna do ucuuba, then cocoa, then bacuri, and then like all the other ones. And I'm gonna leave like avocado because it's a hydrogenated butter for, yeah, it's gonna be the last one. And I'm not gonna mix any oils, so I don't know if the result's gonna be way too hard or how it's gonna turn out. And then I'm going to whip part of it, and not whip like some of it, so you guys can notice the difference. Okay, so if you guys don't know my butters, this is ucuuba. That's how did I start this book? Okay, that's bacuri, avocado, cocoa, cupuacu 1, cupuacu 2, murumuru, tucuma, mango, and ucuuba. They're gorgeous. So I'll come back when they're melted. So when all the butters are melted, if you're not gonna whip, just put in your containers. I usually put like take it straight to the fridge. People do it different ways. Do not do freezer, because it gets like all that like condensation when you take it out, and that like gets water into your product. Um, so that, if you're not gonna like blend, if you're not gonna whip, that's perfect. That's it. You're ready to go. I'm actually excited to see how it's gonna turn out once it like solidifies. This is the part that I'm gonna whip. So I'm gonna also like put in the fridge for it to solidify just a little bit. You know, you have to like check on it often, because it cannot be totally solid before you whip it. It has to still be like a little soft. It will not, probably like it takes a long time to solidify at room temperature. With the amount of like hard butters that we had, cocoa and ucuuba, it may solidify too fast. So I'm gonna really keep an eye on it. So these are the two results. This is the butter that I just poured in. Okay, it's not as hard as I thought it was gonna turn out. It's just like easy to apply. It has a beautiful caramel color. Okay, and this is the butter whipped. Okay, it's yellowish and it's very soft. It's like a whipped butter. It like spreads very well on the skin, and both of them, you know, because at the end of the day, they're the same products. They're the same butters. Just when you whip a butter, you add air to the mix, so it gets fluffier, it gets softer, it doesn't solidify. Doesn't, for example, in cold weather, or in a cold house, this one's probably gonna get really, really hard. And this one is not gonna get as hard, so it's easier to apply. And you see, but the problem with whipped butters is when you ship it, if it melts, it goes back as this. You know, it's not gonna go back as like as a fluffy, beautiful whipped butter. So summertime is a concern. I start whipping when it was like a little bit like I didn't wait until it was like this hard. I waited until it was like just hard around and like just still there were like liquid parts, and I started whipping, and it was an easy whip. I didn't whip like a lot. I just whipped just to show you guys. So these are all my 9 butters. Oh, I didn't even know how they smell. Let me see. It smells like the cupuacu and the cocoa. It smells like kind of sweet and nutty. It's delicious. I'm gonna actually like bottle these and do a giveaway. So if you're interested, just hit me up. Okay, this is Chris, and that's my first chicken.